Now, we want this complaint to stop because we've put in our best to make good clipper sharpening materials for you, but yet some of you guys wouldn't want to learn anything and you still complain. Why? This is a high time to stop all this drama. This is time to learn. You have to learn because your earning is determined by your learning, right? So if you want to earn money in sharpening business, you have to learn now. So learn with Salon Affairs. Today, we will be hitting on 3 basic significant topics, which is introduction to clipper sharpening machine. I would have written them on the board, but calm down to the hurry. Introduction, that's intro to clipper sharpening machine. Clipper sharpening machine. Then we'll also be discussing how sharpening machine works. How sharpening machine works, right? Then we'll also be discussing types of clipper sharpening machines. Types of clipper sharpening machines, right? So these are the 3 topics we're going to be discussing now. But before we go into that, let's show you our double-decker sharpener. This is clipper sharpening machine made only by Salon Affairs. Now, this sharpening machine uses 2 rotating discs, meaning 2 people can sharpen with this sharpening machine, or even 4, depending on their standing position. This is the stopper, or these are the stoppers for the 2. These are our blade holder, and this is our particles protector, a very good body with the power cord, and we also have a power switch here. Right? So this is the power switch, okay? So now, before we continue, some of you guys who have been, trying to relate with us on some of the issues we can get here, we want to tell you that from now henceforth, there will be classes like this. So you that don't like watching a video, anytime you see it, just now it's high time for you to learn, because you have to learn with us. Now, introduction to clipper sharpening machine. What are clipper sharpening machines? Is a device that makes clipper blade sharp, right? So there are different types of clipper sharpening machine. We have wet machine and dry machine. Wet machine and dry machine, right? Now, what are the difference? Wet machine are machines that uses high oil. They consume a lot of oil for clipper sharpening. And dry machines are machines that use minimal oil for clipper sharpening. Right? They do not consume much oil. Like the machines we are using now, the machines we are selling now. This is example of dry machine. Please put here, let me see. So this dry machine is perfect. The same as wet machine. They all sharpen clipper blade very well. How do they work? Like I said earlier, the wet machine uses much oil for sharpening, while the dry machine uses minimal oil for sharpening. And the oil used for dry machine is mineral oil, which is used for your clipper oil. The oil used for wet machine, sometimes they use diesel or gas or whatever. Diesel, they call it in Nigeria gas. I don't know why they call it gas, but diesel, right? So another oils. And a lot of person uses other compound. We have a lot of powders which was invented by us. A lot of sharpening powders for wet machine, because most of the sharpening center uses wet machine. If you need the powder, you can also contact us. We give you at very cheap rate. So dry machines, we also have powder for it. A lot of powders out there, brown, black or whatever. A lot of persons use different powder. But why our powder is good is because it has very high grade and very low micron. If you do not understand that, write me in the comment section, let me explain that. Types of clipper sharpening machine. There are too many types out there. There are too many types of clipper sharpening machine. But for us here at Sharpening Affairs, we just want to tell you about our own. Now, a lot of you guys have been complaining about sharpening discs. I want to use this medium now to tell you that sharpening discs does not affect your sharpening. Right? What affects your sharpening is the application of your sharpening powder and your oil. If you put your oil too much, it will make your powder to clog. It will now be like mud. So when you sharp, it will not give you that perfect sharpening because it's dry machine. So if you put your powder too much and it overpowers the oil, the thing will when you on the machine, the thing will splash out because there is no adequate oil to hold the powder on the surface of the disc, right? So just stay tuned on other videos. We're going to be posting all that. This is why you have to subscribe to this channel, because we'll be teaching you guys a lot about sharpening and the general salon services. Thank you for choosing Sharpening Affairs.